And where were you when you guys found out?
I was in Vancouver.
Okay.
I was attending Missions Fest in Vancouver, and I had the three youngest children with me, Anna and Lydia and Nathaniel. We kind of were going to make a bit of a day out of it. And
Yep.
we parked the car actually in Surrey, and then we took the SkyTrain in. The kids found that kind of fun, and so we took that into the to the city, and I had just finished my volunteer time there because I was advertised. We set up a table every year there to promote the work of the Banner of Truth radio broadcast.
Okay.
Which is the denominational radio ministry that I'm a part of. And it was just when I finished my 2 hours behind the table that we actually went downstairs. I took the kids out for a bite to eat at the food court. And we were at the food court. The kids were looking around, deciding what they wanted to eat. And then my cell phone rang, and it was my colleague, John Schoeman from Chilliwack, FRC. And I'll never forget. I mean, I had a hard time hearing him, a hard time making him out because it was so noisy in the food court. And I just said, John, I can't hear you. I'll call you right back. And so I went into a quiet place, which, looking back, I think it was providential because it separated me from the kids and it gave me some privacy. And I found this little area. There was an elevator there that went up to the hotel, and it was just an enclosed area. And I called him back, and John just moaned on the phone. It was literally, he just said, oh, Jack. I said, John, what's going on? He said, Catherine. That's all he could say. And right away I knew, and I just collapsed on the floor. It was just overwhelming. I remember a lady coming out of the elevator, and she saw me and she said, "Are you all right?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. Of course, I wasn't fine.
Yeah.
But I composed myself because I didn't want the three younger children to know. I wanted to get them out of the food court. So I just gathered them together. We never had lunch. They hadn't ordered anything, thankfully. And I said, we need to go. There's been an accident, and we need to get home.
The extent of your conversation with John when he told you was very short? It
was very short. So then I didn't know what to do because I didn't have a car there. The car was parked in Surrey, and I didn't want to take the SkyTrain home.
Wow.
So I went back upstairs to the room where the Missions Fest was being held, and I talked to my colleague Tom Aiken, who was taking over for me, and I told him what happened, and I asked him to take us home. And still the kids didn't know anything about it. And so anyway, we got to his car. We had to walk for ages. It was just horrible. He was parked several blocks away, and then he couldn't quite remember where the car was, and we were going through this parking garage.
Were your kids asking what are we doing?
No, the kids were just very quiet. They knew it was serious, but they didn't want to ask me any questions. And so we got into Tom's car, and just before we got on the freeway, I was just ready to burst. I just said, Tom, you have to pull over. I need to tell my kids. So I took the kids out of the car. We stopped off at a Petro-Canada station, and I just took them out of the car, and I told them. And there was a cry of sorrow. But the kids were so good, we composed ourselves, and then we traveled the rest of the way back home. We didn't say a word. There wasn't a word spoken in the car. And by the time we got home, Susan was there, and there was some people from the church that were there in the house, in the parsonage. And that's what happened. Yeah.